Thom Hartmann did an interview with a guy by the name of Richard Preston. He's an imperial wizard in the KKK. Oh boy, this ought to be good. Now what they're going to talk about is that I believe in Maryland, the KKK is getting together, or the Confederate White Knights, or whatever the specific name is of the group. They're getting together to talk about impeachment for Obama. So it's an interesting conversation. Let's listen to a piece of it, and then we'll come back and discuss.
When the Klan came back out at that given point, it was actually more so about the immigration that was coming into the country, and that the government wasn't trying to regulate anything.
But we had
then.
Legal racial segregation at that point.
Yes, we did.
We don't anymore.
No, we don't have any legal segregation, but look at some of what's taking place in our country at this given time. The Klan is no longer, every aspect that the Klan has been born, it has had a goal or a meaning for what it was to do. Right. In the beginning, it was about trying to stop the Reconstruction of the South. During Joseph Simmons' period, when he came back out, it was to make the government do something that it was not doing. In the 1960s, the Klan got a very bad name. Now, if you go past the 60s, back into the 1920s, there were over 4 million Americans back then that were actually Klan members. There was doctors, lawyers,
it was a big deal, particularly across the South.
We even had one United States president in our Klan book states that was knighted in the White House.
Right.
The big thing is, it was not a bad organization.
Well, why today?
The Klan's never died. It's always been behind the scenes.
No, I get that, but it's like, you know, we sort of tongue-in-cheek, I mean, we had this thing about, you know, why are guys obsessed with guns, you know, long things that shoot things. And maybe some guys with small penises are obsessed with guns because, you know, hey, it's compensation. But I don't get what the I'm white thing and everybody else has to be, you know, kept down or pushed away.
No, that's just it. It's not about keeping anybody down, okay? It is about white pride, though. The Klan itself.
But you can't have white pride without saying, you know, other people are less than.
But that's just it. We're not saying that other people are less than us. What people said during the 1960s is stuck in everybody's head. Things that happened in the 1960s is stuck in everybody's head.
So you're not a white supremacist.
No, we're white separatists. We do believe that we have the right as white people to stay white people. If you really read the Holy Bible, which the Klan is a very Christian organization, the Holy Bible actually separates the races.
The Holy Bible does a whole lot of stuff.
Right,
that
and
I don't
that's
think
the whole
you'd be
thing.
all
We
in
are
favor of.
right,
yeah.
and we are a Christian organization. We always have been. I don't mind. Like I said, somebody asked me one day if the reason I was against Barack Obama is because of the color of his skin. And my answer was, I have no problem if America wants a black president. I have no problem if America wants a Hispanic president or an Oriental president. It does not matter to me if he's an American citizen and has the will for the American people in his best behalf.
What kind of fear drives somebody to become a member of the Klan? What are you afraid of?
Really, it's not fear. It's more so white pride. We have a lot of people that have joined.
You know, white people run this country. White people have the majority of the money in this country. White people have the power in this country. I mean, why do you need to do the chest thumping thing?
It's not so much the chest thumping.
You've already got it all.
I'm not saying it that way, okay?
White privilege is a huge powerful.
Right now in this country, no American has it all. If you think about the fact that
white people have it a whole lot more than anybody else.
I'm not saying they don't.
I have some hope based off of this conversation, and I say that because I have zero doubt in my mind that if that guy, that Klansman, if he was raised in mean liberal New York or, you know, mean liberal California, and if he went to a public school that was a good public school, fully funded, that had all the multiculturalism, you know, had all these different religions, people from all different walks of life, all different backgrounds. If he was friends with black people from when he was young, if he was friends with Hispanics when he was young, if he was friends with Asians from when he was young, he wouldn't be racist. And I'm saying that with almost 100% certitude. I mean, you can't know, obviously it's speculation, but just judging by the fact that you could tell the dude, he's lucid enough where he's not a dumbass. He's not like Sarah Palin where, oh, you just have a low IQ and you're helpless. There's nothing you could do. You're just doomed to be mediocre or less than mediocre your entire life because the elevator doesn't go to the top floor. No, he's misguided. That's the point I'm trying to get at. And if he was in the right environment, there's no way he would have the beliefs that he has, okay? So that makes me think that what us liberals and progressives thought all along, it's totally true, that if you have the right environment to foster the intelligent kind of people, if you have an environment where people value education, people value respect of human rights and respect of the other, if you have people gather together from when they're younger, it becomes weird to not be friends with black people or Hispanic people if you're a white person, and vice versa, okay? So I'm telling you, man, the only reason racism persists, and it is dying off, the only reason it persists is because there's still some pockets of the country, and some of them are even big pockets, some states are even, bigger regions of this, where communities are very insular. And also another thing to take away from this is, I don't doubt that this guy has legitimate grievances. In other words, and just like with the Tea Party, Noam Chomsky always made this point about the Tea Party, where he said, they have legitimate grievances. That's what the liberals need to understand. Like, somebody like Bill Maher might just literally bash the Tea Party 24/7. And what Chomsky says is, no, stop. Don't bash them just yet. Calm down, because what they're actually angry over is that they're fucking hurting, man. This economy has done nothing for them. Their government has left them behind. The big businesses have left them behind. The wealth gap is so ridiculous, and these guys are bearing the brunt of it, just like good liberals, progressives are, who are, in the lower economic, sector in the middle class or whatever it is. We're all facing it. We're all facing it. I think he's using blacks and Mexicans and minorities as a scapegoat for his current situation of, oh my God, I can't pay the bills. Oh my God, my wife is leaving me. Oh my God, there's no hope. And nobody wants to give me a helping hand. So there's a very weird thing going on here. And the final point I'll make, when he says, oh, the KKK is a very Christian organization, I mean, this is why everybody laughs. Because and this happens with all different religions, bigoted people will pick and nitpick and cherry pick certain parts of a holy book that they already feel personally. They might already hate gay people, so they go, Leviticus says the same thing, so see, the Bible, it's God that hates you, not me, so it's God, so that's why I'm going to now, keep you as a second-class citizen. If you're actually a Christian, dude, why not do what the overwhelming majority of what Jesus talked about? Why not do that? Why not do caring for the poor and looking out for, the downtrodden and just spreading his message, but they don't. They just ignore that part and they only focus on the hatred in the Old Testament, which shows that they don't really know much about their religion. And then final thing. Dude, if you're a Christian, Jesus is Middle Eastern. So you're worshiping somebody who's got darker skin than you, who you would consider a minority and who you would probably not allow on your airplane because you think they're a terrorist.